welcome to this quick tutorial on Schoology. We're going to look at how to navigate to Schoology and then the home page in this video, some of the things that you'll see there and to understand what you're looking at. In order to get to Schoology as a student, there's a couple of different ways you can do it. When you pull up StudentNet on your Chromebook, one of the ways that you can get there is over on the left. You'll see where it says Schoology. You can click there and that will take you to where you need to go. Another way is if you're watching this video, you've likely already found the Strock Technology site. And from here, under Important Sites, you can get to StudentNet. This is specifically the link to StudentNet for when you're at home. And then there's a link directly to Schoology right here under Important Sites. By clicking on that, that'll take us there. For you, you're going to type in S and your ID number. This is your student network login. And then, of course, whatever password you created that goes along with this particular login. Now, once you're logged into Schoology, there's going to be 4 areas that you're going to want to pay special attention to. The first one is the menu bar across the top. This is static. It always looks the same no matter where you go in Schoology. It starts with the home button right there, which is where we're at right now. Courses, which you see as a drop down by looking at that little triangle right there, and we'll talk about that in another video. Groups right here. Resources, and then as we move over, we have messages over here where we can message people back and forth, people you're connected to. This is the notifications. This shows some of the things that have been happening in your courses. When I click on it, I see all my notifications. When teachers post homework or schoolwork or something like that, it'll often come up in this area right here, and you'll see a number on it the same way you see a number on my messages over there. I have my profile here. In the user profile, I can come in and I can change my picture, which many of you have already learned how to do. And then, of course, over here, my settings drop down. I can come down. I can change my account settings a little bit, my notifications and things like that. And then there's my recycle bin and such. Okay, so I'm going to go back over. I'm going to click on Home, which will take us back to where we were. And so, again, this is what it looks like when you log in. The other place that we want to look at on here, the second of the 4 areas, is the navigation pane over here on the left. Now, this will change depending upon if you're in a course or you're on the home page. Depending upon where you're at, this will change and look different. Right now, we're in recent activities. We can see that as it's highlighted. Grades, one thing you have to understand about grades in Schoology is that they're not always the exact grade. The overall grade is not always exactly what you have in the course. It's Skyward. You need to go to Skyward, log into Skyward if you want to see your exact overall grade. If we look down here under Mastery, not a lot of teachers are using this yet. It's an advanced function, and a lot of teachers are still just getting caught up with sort of understanding how to use Schoology because it's still a new tool. This will come eventually, and it'll be a way for you to track your mastery of different standards and things like that. Here you have access to your calendar. There's a couple of different ways to get to the calendar. Here's one of them. When you click on Calendar, you will see some of the things that are going on. I can click on the drop down right here. I'm looking at 3 of my 9 calendars, and then I can check mark which calendars I want to see. So I can pick which classes I want to look at. I can change the color scheme so each class is a different color. And then I have my own personal calendar, which means I can come in here and I can add anything just by clicking in one of these squares, and I can add an event to my calendar. That way it allows me to be more organized for myself, but then also anything that's posted in any of my courses with dates will also come up on my calendar as well. And then messages, that's also this right here. It's a place where you can message your teachers and other people back and forth. This was just me doing a little practice on it, but then I can click on new messages, see my sent messages. So it's a little sort of emailing system internal to Schoology. I'm going to go back to recent activity because this is what we see when we log in. So we've seen the first thing, which is the menu across the top, which is static. It doesn't change. we see the navigation pane across the left, which is contextual, meaning it changes depending upon where I'm at. And then we have our feed down the middle here, which takes up most of the room on our screen. This is where, when teachers post updates into their courses, they'll feed all into here. Right now I'm seeing the feed from all of my courses because I'm on the home page. But essentially, if I'm in a specific course and I go click over on updates on the left, which we'll see in another video, I can see just the feed for that specific class. I can come in, I can also like different things that are put into the feed, and it's a way that you can see here that we as a school communicate with students. So you can see here Ms. Cole has posted to the entire school the Cougar Pride schedule for this week. Okay, all right, and then the fourth area on the screen that we see in Schoology is over on the right. And what this is also sort of our notifications area. It's our feed for what's happening. Right here we see I have a lot of overdue things. This isn't a real account, it's just sort of a play account. Hopefully you as a student would not see that many overdue things. But if you did have anything overdue, it would pop up right here on top. And then underneath you would see what's upcoming. And the upcoming things are not just what we're looking at here, which is on the Strock calendar for sort of like sports events and the orchestra competition, things like that. But also down here I can see I have a quiz coming up on Monday as well. So that's all very important. Okay, so that's what we're looking at when we're talking about the home page and navigating around. We'll talk more about some of these other different things in some of the other videos. And so watch those and you'll learn more.